Shiny new Ferrari. But oh man, I wanted to start. Oh, ah, I don't need you. I want to start at 11. That's still 10 minutes from now. See, we were actually too early today. Um. Well, this is a super special pre-stream area for like the pre-stream, and I'll just let the ads play in a bit, and we'll just get started right after ads. It makes sense to try to make good time today, anyways. Subs and turbo users get to just keep jamming to the music. Pine bound. Specific type of tree, I guess. I show this without it being a national institute. Here's a picture of Shinji and Kawara. That's cute. Ads are playing. I'll be right back, and then we'll start stream immediately after. Yeah, Hari. No Final Fantasy. That break ended. Your community is back. Welcome back, community. What if instead of saying fan, we start saying com? What's up, com? You're all my com. Comrades, that's it. That is. Welcome, comrades. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, I would start immediately after ad breaks. Even the chat and the ads manager panel are in disagreement, but alright. So today is going to be the promised thrilling conclusion of the trapping rainwater problem, which we started all the way back like last Wednesday. It feels like an eternity ago. And so let's recap. The problem involves navigating arrays, and you get given the structures that look like little building blocks, and you just get given an array that represents It's like a map of how many of these solid structures there are, and then you have to imagine that rainwater is falling and it gets trapped in between these things, and you have to figure out how to do it. And so the idea that I was working through, as represented by this diagram, but maybe better represented by the code. Check this out. Uh, didn't work the way I wanted it to, but here you go. Still didn't work the way I wanted it to. Here's our little diagram. And here's the code. So I just have a function that I'm gonna go through every block and I'm gonna start building up a tower of water. And oh my god, I'm just realizing now how terrible a solution this is in terms of complexity. But you know what? Fuck it. It's the first attempt. We can refine it later. But the idea was you go through every block and then you like each block will check left and right to see if it has walls that will contain it. And if it has walls that will contain it, then we know you get a water block, and just count the water block and you go through all of them. But even though this requires checking a lot of stuff, but it only really requires going through every block once, but except then there's a bunch of calls when the block is checking left and right, and that is the wrong, and I'm gonna finish writing the solution that's really bad, and then we'll work on to make it better. We'll read the chapter on the web page, and also we have someone from the community submitted a solution. So we'll be able to check their solution too. But like this was also almost done, right? Check to see if we hit a wall. And if we don't hit a wall and we don't hit water, you just like check again. You raise the step, and then you just return true or false. And in your main check, you do this is awful. Well, as long as it doesn't overflow from the left and it doesn't overflow from the right, you should just keep going. And so, well, and this function takes the array, the proposed water coordinates, step, which is starts. So we can even make step default at 1, right? Yeah. And instead of having overflow left and overflow right, I could just have like a reverse. No, can't do it as a Q arc. Oh, but it is a Q arc. Oh, it's gonna be mad at me. Oh no. Fuck it. It's not a Q arc. A wark. A quark. You start it up at 1. So this is the thing we want to count up, right? No. Not the thing we want to count up. The steps get handled by the recursion. Steps get increased by the recursion. Okay, so this is super wrong. Hold the second one. Quick overflow, right? Which faebot is this? Yeah, it's that faebot. My God. It's really funny when you think about it because, listen, one of the most powerful things you can do as a software engineer is go to bed. This is one of the most important lessons in software engineering, so listen well. Go to bed. Because when you're stuck thinking on a problem, and then you go to bed, you wake up and oh, you have an idea to solve the problem. How did that happen? Because of the power of the sleeping brain. This is why sleep is so OP. On the other hand, what might happen is you might go to bed and you might think that you knew how to solve the problem, and then you wake up and you are like trying to solve the problem again, and it's like, what the fuck was I thinking? But we forge on. And so it's going to check this and it needs to not overflow. So if it hits a wall, it returns false. But when it returns false, that's where I would want it to stop. But I only want it to stop. So I really need to do something like if check overflow left returns true. So the idea was you take one step to the left, you check. Did we hit a wall? No. If we never hit a wall, we return true. That means we overflow, and that means there can't be water there. If we do hit a wall, that means we don't overflow and we can allow water there. Which I was always afraid of these like semantics, because like when overflow is true, that means the function failed. Maybe we would want to maybe do check contain, check wall, and then return true if we hit a wall. But it's like if it overflows, we can stop checking this water block is the first thing. So if check overflow left and check overflow right, well, honestly, let's do it. Oh, Python also doesn't use this. But let me just comment this out. Let me just do it with comments real first. Also, where is this coming? But it's like if water overflows, water overflows, you can't leave water there, and you may move to the next step. So if check overflow right and check overflow left, pass. If water hits a wall on both sides, raise total water and check one level up. So if check overflow left, if not check overflow left, and not check overflow right, water equals water plus 1, which is just water plus equals 1. And you want to do the because here you want to loop again, and here we could also use recursion by just having a function that's called something like function that's check containment. And then you just call check containment one level up each time until no, we could also do it with a loop. See, here's the thing. If I were doing this, if this was like a problem in like a test I had to do, I'd be screwed because I'd be like way overthinking things, and it's already so spaghetti and it's bad, but you know, it's also good. My power in the system is the power of extreme denial. But you know, if we don't have a good solution in a bit, I might just go and check the answers. And then maybe we'll like try to implement them real quick. But and then you just like do like counter plus equals 1. And we can say, instead of doing like 1, we do like counter, and we do counter equals 1. And then we do counter plus equals 1, and we throw this bad boy here. Except I can't do that because then this pass will refer to this. And it's not pass that I want anyways, it's break. It's actually continue. It's continue for the outside loop. And that is going to be tricky if we have this loop. So, however, that means, like, that means this is the one that lets us continue the loop, and this one would have us break the loop and break out of the outer loop too. And at some point, I'm just gonna decide that I'm sick of working on this problem. I'm just gonna move on. How much longer should I give it? 10 more minutes. It is hot in New York City. So, dude, can't be helped. I really need a. Wow. I can't worry about stuff like this. If I was just coding this by myself, not on stream, I would write the most spaghetti code in the world and I wouldn't even care about it. So I'm just gonna keep writing my code and fuck it. We will not rest until we have finished this monstrosity. Even if we have to finish it off stream and then be like, y'all, this was stupid. I'm gonna do it. Me too, right? Heck, I'm a monstrosity. What is this, dude? This function could be a an if statement. The point is that I should be able to do if check containment so now I can do, but don't do it as check containment, just do this. But that means every time it's gonna do the loop, it's gonna check to see if it was contained, and if it was contained, it gets to continue, and if it wasn't contained, it needs to stop. So this returns false, and you do proposed water coordinates, and you do 1. Then you do well, actually, right? If we put this check first, dude, I should have finished my pseudocode. Okay. We have these new proposed water coordinates, and we know that if check overflow left and if it overflows, you can't leave water there, and you may move to the next step, which means you throw a continue, and then it'll move to the next index in the array. So then we don't need to do this check again because we already know that one of these must have returned true. So what we need to do is we need to, at each step of the counter, fuck dude, loops within loops within loops. If only Douglas Hofstadter was here, he would know what to do. Well, you know what? I can do it. I can just do it very stupidly. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you could finish the pseudocode. If water overflows and we move to the next step. If water hits a wall, raise total water and check 1 level up. So that would be the so each of these will raise the step themselves by doing recursion, and if they're both false, water overflows, you can leave water hits wall on both sides, raise total water, and check 1 level up. So the problem is to check 1 level up because like I'm like I so wish I could somehow do a go-to, but I don't have to. I can do a while loop here, and it's like it will, if it checks both of them, but it checks them for knottedness. So this means the loop continues. What's the problem here? Invalid syntax. You don't like that? Whilst not check overflow right and not check overflow left. Find out. So you get to raise the water and you get to increase the counter, by which you just mean you do proposed water coordinates equals I water coordinate equals still I block plus counter. Now I will check again with the new water coordinates, and as soon as one of them returns true, meaning it overflows, it stops counting. And this is what I meant when I was like, oh, it only really needs to overflow on one side before it stops counting. And this one does that. This one, it can be an OR. And because it can be an OR, you can also do, like, if it overflows right, you can do continue. And you can also just do this. And you can do continue. And that should maybe save us a little bit of time. And I could do something similar with this while loop, and maybe it's better. No, because this just, and it could just be, instead of doing not something and not something, just probably like an OR I could throw in here, because while 1 and 1, right? I'll just leave it like this. As long as it doesn't overflow. So if it hits a wall on both sides, you get to add a water and you get to add a counter. And at this point, and yeah, if it's gone through these two, you can just do it. The only problem is that I can't do, can you do a continue plus 2 actually? Can you do that? You think someone could just do that? Python continue twice. Next, oh god, dude. But I don't wanna. Hi, Gems. Fine. If things and things. Continue again, false. For things and things. If continue again equals false. Continue. If some continue again equals true. Continue. Right. Well, all right. I'll do that in a second. Like this should also work. What's up, gamer? And then after we do all this, those bastards, those absolute bastards. After all of this, we just return water. Alright, this could be it. This could just be it. So let's try it. What's the problem here? Yeah, no one gives a shit. Oh, Favorite is in chatty mode because I restarted Fair recently and I didn't set Fair out of chatty mode. Alright. Let's try it. Runtime error. Expected an indented block. Okay. Huh. Will this work? Yep. This should hopefully be enough. Runtime error. Stack overflow right is not defined. Oh, Their methods of the function. Oh, hi. Hi, Silverfire. Welcome to the stream. We're attempting a very computationally inefficient solution to an algorithm problem. And oh my god, Fava. That's a lot of emoji, Fava. So what's the problem here? Oh my god, dude. What was the problem this time? List index out of range. Expected output 10. That's really funny. For input 47409. Your output runtime error. Expected output 10. Okay. Water coordinates 1 less than array water coordinate 0 plus step. This was in line 43. And curiously, this one was fine. Oh. So these checks are supposed to be if the x coordinate for the water plus however number of steps puts us greater than n, meaning we've overflowed on the right, it returns true. On the other hand, if the height of the water coordinate, right, if the height is less than, but why? Why is one check on the x and the other check on the y? If the water flows out of bounds. If the water height, oh, check me, can I see the, what I'm saying is, if I'm like here and I've checked, you need the steps still. Oh, the steps are there. So what I'm saying is, if I'm checking this block, to see if it overflowed, and I go a couple blocks to the left, and then it returns true, or okay, I've been checking, and like I've been 5 steps to the left. So I'm here, 1, 2, 3. If I've been 3 steps to the left, at that point, the water coordinate x being 2, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 2, 3 puts me at minus 0, puts me at minus 1, so we know that we overflow and we return true. However, if we were here, the water coordinate x would be checking, if we'd be checking forward, and it would say at 2-step, the height of the array will be here. I'm saying the water it's given by the, because we're checking it's because of this n, it's because this blasted n. Otherwise we would need to do like array dot size. No, it's not because of blasted n. But why did this not complain? This be less than or equal? So what we're saying is, okay, we're taking now the y value of the water. In this case, it'll be, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. And when we're checking is 2 less than, we check until we've like possibly hit a wall, right? And now that we hit a wall, we need step to be 2, and we say, okay, what's the array at whatever the water coordinate was, which was 2, plus step 2, 4, give me the height at that moment of the array, and we know that the height then in this case is actually 4, and we're checking is 4 greater than 3, 0, 1, 2. It's actually, we're checking 0, 1, 2, 3. We're checking is 3 greater than or equals to 2. So what's the array index that's out of bounds? At some point, water coordinate plus step must be getting out of bounds, but if it were, it should have been taken out by this. Because water coordinate sub 1 should never be out of bounds. There is always a water coordinate sub 1 because water coordinates are given by two things, unless at some point we didn't raise the proposed water coordinates properly, but we did. They're always doop. And so the problem must be because the plus step greater than n isn't already getting me out of here. The only way for water coordinate plus step to be out of bounds of the array is if it's greater than n, except no, because n is 4, and it's because n is completely useless because it's a fucking zero index variable. Because arrays are zero index, but n gives you the size of the array. No, that should still be correct. But what's the problem? Because if you feed it a 4, it should give no greater than or equal to n. Because if you feed it a 4, it will complain. Or like also n minus 1, even better. Off by 1 errors, dude. Off by 1 errors. Compilation completed. And for the test, it works. And so what happens if we submit? 0 out of 152. Syntax error, invalid syntax. But it worked before. Do you not like this? One out of 152. For input 7, my output, this might just be it's running out of memory because it's bad. So it doesn't say what kind of error it is. It just says runtime error. But you know, I could just do take this, paste it here. And then I could say array equals this. And then I can say print solution dot trapping water array comma 7. And if I do that, require positional argument n. Didn't I do it? You can't do this? Let me check. What's the driver code? All I need. Not what I wanted. List index at a range. Del 42. But I don't get it. How could it possibly be out of range? The height of the water is less than the height of the wall. And if at any point this should put you out of range, it should be because water coordinate, whatever that first number is, will be I or will be something. It'll always be I, right? Alright, I might try to finish my solution out of stream, but before cutting stream today, just so that we can mostly put this to rest. Why is this full screen? Where's my VS Code? When? What did I do? There we go. Phew. If you look here, it does left, max left. There are two nested loops. The pre-calculation context. For every element, we can pre-calculate and store the highest bar on the left and on the right. Say stored in array left and right. Then iterate the array and use the pre-calculated values to find the amount of water stored in this index. But follow the below illustration for a better understanding. Because it's like you just make a sub-array each time, I guess. Consider this array 3, 0, 2, 0, 4, which is the array we were considering, wasn't it? Oh man, go. This one's actually 3, 0, 0, 2, 4, but it's close enough. Therefore, left equals 3, 3, 3, 4, and right equals 4, 4, 4, 4. Using I from 0 to n. Left 0 equals 3. Adds in 5 minutes. Did it with a snooze. And then we'll wrap up before the 10 minutes are up. Having rainwater in the matrix. Urban water. What is this? DSA, is this website secretly run by the Democratic Socialists of America? Right equals 4 and array 0 equals 3. So water stored equals. So for any position in the array, you can say it will store, right? It's like you're here and you're like, okay, this will store whatever the minimum between these two is, which is 3. And then here again, 3. But here it's not 3, right? For I equals 2, left 2 equals 3, right 2 equals 4, and array 2 equals 2. But you subtract the array. So in both of these cases, you were subtracting 0 because the array was 0, and in this case, you subtract 2. And then once again, you subtract 3. But now, how does this work when you have multiple to a certain index during traversal? In each iteration, update max and also assign left sub I equals max. Run another loop from end to start. In each iteration, found update max found till now and also assign right I to max. The amount of water that will be stored in this column is minimum left, right, minus array. So you do need a couple different loops to do it. Could I possibly get you to show me more of this? Oh, this will work. This will work. Contains height of the tallest bar to the left of the I bar, including itself. So it's equals. Is this Python? Left equals 0. So to start with, it's just 0. So we're just setting up. This is like, was I tapping the code? That's cute. Oh, I forgot to wish now good luck with fair things, but good luck with fair things. So yeah, initialize result water equals 0. Initialize fill left array. So left of 0 equals array of 0, and then for I in range 1 to n, left of I equals the max of left I minus 1 or array I. So, but this is saying if we're here, max left should equals either whatever's in the array, which so far has just been, well, here it's 2. Let's say we're here. Say we're here. And then we're like, yeah, I probably was like tapping on my desk or something, but I was so in the zone, I didn't even realize I was doing it. So yeah, I think I'll just try to finish this upstream and then look at bugs solution also upstream. But you know, it's fun to tackle a problem twice. I do think like, you're very welcome. I think there is something, the skill of being able to pick a problem back up and continue working on it is like a valuable skill. I also feel like for stream value, it doesn't do to like work on the same problem too long on a stream. So tomorrow is Tuesday, and we'll probably do our code practice stream and then our code stream. Code. Um, and who knows? Maybe we'll try another one of these problems in a different category. Maybe we'll just read. Maybe we'll just read through some of these rather than trying to solve it. Though, you know. Well, I mean, you learn a lot by doing, but I could also learn a lot by just like taking this solution and trying to understand it, especially because it's written in such a way, dude. Um, I think it's an artifact of the code being optimized for being in like 5 different languages, but I just don't think I just don't think this code is very Pythonic, you know. But nevertheless, you know, it's not that bad. Nevertheless, thank you all for watching. I now need to go also do things with my day. So please wish us luck. We would also like to have luck with our activities for the day. And like I said, I will see you tomorrow, and there's no one I want to rate. So yeah, so I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.